Alrighty, welcome to this next game between SplitterGAL playing the green Zerg in the bottom right position against brazil424 playing the white Terran in the upper left position. Okay, this will be an exciting game as this is my first game. I mean, this is the first low map game that I cast. So usually I cast or comment fastest map games as I am a fastest map player, and yeah, all my friends play that map, but I also have some friends who play low maps like Brazil, and I already casted some of his game on fastest map, and yeah, we just decided to make a game on this map, and I will comment that. This is actually the second game between the guys. Brazil won last game. It was also a TVZ, same matchup. The Splitter didn't make upgrades. He was doing really nice because he's a fastest map player. Brazil is a low map player by default. But Splitter really played nice. He held attacks and managed to get up new bases, and his economy was nice. But yeah, he didn't really make upgrades, and also his bases were quite separated from each other, so he wasn't really able to protect them all together, and Brazil managed to win that game. So right now Splitter is sending that Overlord in the incorrect direction, but I think it's alright. Okay, just yeah, Brazil wanted to make sure I am casting this game. Yeah, bro, I'm doing that right now. Yeah. That's cool, man. Okay, yeah. Actually, I like Brazil. He's a nice guy. He has skills, and I think he's a nice player. Okay, so Splitter is starting off with quick expansion and then gas and spanning pool. So in this matchup, Terran players tend to go for Ultralisks and Swarm, supported by some Zerglings. But it also depends on what the Terran player is going for, because if the Terran player goes for Bio, which is quite viable in this matchup, so as regards Terran, against Zerg they tend to go for Mass Medics and Marines. It's quite a good option. And in that case, if this happens, then the Zerg player can go for Lurkers with Swarm as well. Well, yeah, Lurkers under Swarm are basically immortal. Well, there are actually two units. Two Terra units can destroy a Lurker. Vessel with irradiates and fire bats, nothing else. Well, okay, splash damage by tanks, but only if the Lurkers are really next to each other. But if there is only one single Lurker under Swarm, then these two units can kill that only. Right, Splitter will now see where his opponent is, and will discover or not. Yeah, probably not. I think, well, yeah, he saw that. So Splitter saw that Brazil didn't go for an extra Nexus, which means that he's really going for Marines. But Brazil did a command center right here at the top, and now he's flying that down. It's a nice move actually, because if you survive that first scout, then it can really confuse the other player. So Splitter now is in the belief that Brazil is going for Mass Marines on one base, but in reality he is just preparing for his second one. So his macro will be kicking anytime soon. While on the other hand, Splitter is going on with a third hatchery. It's quite standard on this map. Actually, last game he was a bit slow with that, so he was on 2 bases for quite a while, but now he has started off with 3 hatcheries, and it's quite nice. You really have to be ahead in economy with a Zerg player. Okay, Brazil's nose is quite good. He just mentioned lurkers, and it seems to be fine because Splitter went for fast lair. Um, and also, Splitter is not answering that. Could also indicate this being correct. Um, anyway, lurkers in this case is a great choice because Brazil is going for uh, MM and lurkers if they are, yeah, especially hold position lurkers are a real threat to Mary medics. So when you put lurkers in the middle of the map, for example here or here, it doesn't really matter. But if you put them there and put an overlord in the control group, then you can just hold position the lurkers so they won't attack. And once Marines, who of course don't suspect anything, get close to the lurkers, the Zerg player can simply just activate them, and then they can kill all those Marines. So Terran player has to be cautious about this, and sometimes they tend to go for they usually go for scouting before moving out, because the lurkers are usually laid right here on this sledge or bridge, and the Terran player has to know if there are any lurkers. So right now Splitter is just coming there with 2 of them. They won't really be effective at this stage. And he will use this other lurker to scout for a 3rd base, but he just sees a Marine right here. But actually he will leave that there, which is a nice move. Or not, okay. I thought he will leave it there just to hinder newer bases, or to prevent SCVs going there. Meanwhile this is happening, Splitter is just not really changing anything. He's really committed to Hydras and lurkers, and he might try to go for the bust. He sees, so he knew that Brazil wasn't really going for mech and didn't go for fast tanks, so he knows he has some time, and he really wants to make use of this. The other player is going for Marines. He just wants to come here, build some or put some lurkers right here, and then use the Hydras to go for the bust. But Brazil did a nice move. He just quickly went outside and destroyed most of his units. Yeah, steam pack Marines with medics, if they are controlled well, they can kill lurkers and Hydras, of course. Okay, Overlord speed is finished, which might indicate the drop, but I think Splitter won't be doing that. He's just scouting, and most probably he won't be going for drops. Alright, Hive is on the way, so I think we can expect Defilers or Ultralisks anytime soon. Okay, so despite Splitter is the fastest map player and is not really aware of, so to say, low map habits, I will be surprised if he still went for Guardians. I think even if he's not a low map player, he knows that Guardians are not really effective on this map. Okay, Brazil is just remaining in his bases. He has 2 bases, and just slowly gathering up, and he seems to be going for a drop. 2 drop ships are being prepared, so he might try and come here. I think he just wants to find any extra bases of Splitter and just do some damage. Terran really has to do economical damage right now. at this phase of this game. He shouldn't let Zerg to expand and get as much or as many bases as he wants to. So he's sending off these dropships right now, and Splitter saw that. He's just following them with the overlords, or the overlord, excuse me, and okay, yeah. So he sees the Sunkens and just simply dodges them, and here he comes with the dropships, unloads these units, and Splitter has to remove all his drones. He might get this third base, yep. He's just trying to go for the sunken colony, but after that he can easily go for the hedge because there won't be anything to defend this. Zerglings are coming here, and Splitter is trying to save this base, but it will be a hard time. Okay, Brazil didn't really pay attention right now and didn't micro his units. He really had to focus at home because Splitter was just attacking right there. So he couldn't micro the Marines, and they started to attack these Sunkens, which of course killed them easy. To be honest, I think Splitter is in a nice spot right now. He has 4 bases, while Brazil has just 2. Well, that can be a standard thing. I mean, yeah, of course, this Zerg player has to have more bases than his enemy. But anyway, I think that's a good spot for him. He has Lurkers, he has Hydras, and his economy is growing and getting bigger and bigger. But Brazil is having a CC right here, which he's planning to land once the Zergling has been cleared. not as if a Zergling means a real threat. But if Splitter micro that correctly, he could prevent that from landing. But yeah. Okay, so he's trying to come with the Rookers, and he wanted to go up there on the ramp, but he didn't really manage to do it. It was a nice choice to get back and cancel this attack. The tank was already late, so he couldn't really go up there. So Brazil is on 3 bases right now, and Splitter is just stacking up to Ultralisks. Last time he did the same and just didn't make Defilers and Swarm, and it seems that the same thing is happening. He's not really preparing for a Swarm, which is... I think Swarm is the best spell in this entire game. It makes Zerg really... it just causes for Terran a big problem because it's just so effective. Units under Swarm are really great, and it's basically free. I mean, it just takes like 2 Zergling lives to get in energy, and so basically you can just quickly replenish the energy and you can cast it whenever you want to. So it's really nice spell. I like to do it myself against Terran. Against Protoss it's not really effective because almost all Protoss units can fight Swarm because they have melee attacks. So Zealots, Archons, Templars with Storm, Reavers, Dark Templars, all these can fight Swarm. Units under Swarm. Okay, so here comes the big push, and Splitter is just attacking lots of Zerglings, lots of Ultralisks. He has everything here he wants to have, and Brazil doesn't really have many units right here. This might be it. Splitter might do it. He's just attacking these bunkers, and they are not really being prepared. Just 2 SCVs are there, but they are not enough, and all these Ultras, look at those Zerglings. Splitter is really doing a great job. He really wants to finish this game right now, because Brazil doesn't really have any units to find these Ultras right here. And they have upgrades right now. He learned from last game where he didn't make upgrades, but right now he has upgrades on these units, and they can easily fight the Terra units. Right, so Brazil had to give up his second base, and he has units all over his main base. That's it, GG.